welcome back to a new and exciting episode. I just went and picked up a few guys off the waiver wire to help a little bit with the bullpen and the starting rotation and in the corner outfields, just because we were a little bit low. So now we have a reasonable, and surprisingly, I don't know how he was even on there with 3 option years, but he was. So that guy, Jared Thomas here as well. And I think we picked up a second. It was this guy? This guy, I have no idea how he got on there. So it literally made no sense how he had 3 option years being, and he has only 3 days of MLB service. So I have no idea how he got on there, but. And then picked up Zach Maxwell. I think he was the most expensive at 2.1 million. But he did have a 99-mile-per-hour fastball and is going to help a little bit in the bullpen. I probably should have tried to pick up maybe one more, but for the time being. And then also picked up Noble Meyer to help in the rotation. And I'm planning on doing, since he already pitched, I had to sim the first 3 days. I figure we're going to do his second start. Oh yeah, that was the other 3 guys here. Let me get those guys out of here. I believe we are good now. Also, let me make sure we're good on the scouts here. I think we are fine. We should be. Okay. Should be. So we are gonna do Luis Marte's second start. I'm planning on doing 1 game a month this season. So since we are starting, and I mean we're starting off hot, 4-1 to start the season. So not bad at all, if you ask me. I think that's pretty good. So away we go. Is this ours? I don't think, yeah, this one's not ours. This is theirs. I'll try to make our next game after this one a home game so we can see our prospects performing. But Todd Jerrigan, this is his rookie season. We brought up both him and Landrum at the same time. Who was the first round pick in round 2. Or not round 2, but year 2. And they changed the lineup on me again. Or wait, no, this was the way I had it, I think. Okay, yes it was. This is the first baseman from the first draft. I had to add him to the 40 man or risk losing him in the Rule 5 draft. As John Perez is up. Had a fantastic year last year. Hit 302 with 36 homers and 98 RBIs. He's looking at a 2-2 count here. And he fouls that one off. And he laces one into the gap. It gets down. Is he going to try for two? He is, and he's going to get thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. And one of our trade acquisitions here, Luis Marte, making his, I wouldn't say his debut, obviously, but figured it was better to start his second start instead of his first for the waiver wire reasons. Had to get the fly out there for the first out of the inning. Got a little ground ball over to Jurgen, and he's fielding is supposed to be his strong suit, but not there. Not a good first showing at the hot corner for Todd Jurgen. Marte is going up against Gleyber Torres here. And he is going to fly out to right field for out number 2. Got Zane Reyes coming up to the plate. And a hard hit ball. Foul. And another hard hit ball, but foul. And a ball up. The 2-2 count. The runner on second. And he hits another one. Foul. And a quick grounder over to first. And we are headed to the second. As we got Greg Landrum, the first round pick from that second draft, who had that unfortunate injury that lowered his overall potential. Although he's still not a bad player by any means. He's just not going to be as good as he could have been. As he lines out for out number 1. Now we got Leonardo Balcazar, I believe is how you say that. Balcazar? Who has not been one of the reasons why the Pizzaeaters are off to a 4-1 start this season. As he is going to reach base on a walk. As Jorbit Vivas, believe he was a Rule 5 pick this past season. as he's going to ground to second. And they are going to turn a double play to end the top of the second. So Manuel Rodriguez is up to the plate. He's looking at a 1-2 count. And he's going to go down on strikes.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Johnny Oliger.
I believe they said Oliger is how you say his last name. He's going to single up the middle for a 1-out hit.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, Eli Willis.
Eli Whitis, or Wiltis. And that's going to get away from him. Is he going to advance? No, he is not. And he's going to single up the middle. But he is going to stop at second.
Batting eighth, the third baseman,
Ben Williamson comes up. He's got 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the second.
That's a ball.
See how Luis Marte handles this early game snafu.
Batting ninth, the right fielder, Johnny.
As he gets a strikeout there to keep them at bay. Here comes Johnny Farmello. Looks like this is his rookie year, or he's having a bad year to start the season.
Oh. Oh.
It's a full count here. And he gets him to get out of the second inning with no damage.
Ball. Low.
Got Edwin Arroyo. He's going to be a key bench player for us this season, since I decided to go ahead and bring up Landrum as well, instead of letting him stay in the minors, because Landrum is at his top potential now, which I believe was a 77. So there really was no more reason to keep him down in the minors. As Gonzalez there grounds out for out number 2. And one of our waiver wire pickups right here, Slater DeBron. Still looking for his first hit on the season here. I put him in a platoon situation in left field with the other guy I picked up off of waivers. As he flies out, and we're headed to the bottom half. Here comes Marte. I cannot remember, but I believe we traded that a potential third baseman for Marte. I believe it was Chris Norris, because they're just really. He was getting close to being ready, and I believe he was 21 or 22, a 70 overall. But with Todd Jerrigan and Landrum both ahead of him, he was going to have literally no place to play on a consistent basis. So we went ahead and traded him as Marte there picks up his fourth strikeout to go ahead and beef up our rotation, which was clearly needed, as most of our starting pitching prospects from the first few years of the draft here are finally starting to hit the mid to low 70s. And I would say we're only maybe a year or two away from playoff contention, depending on how those pitchers fare out, as Kurt there gets a stand-up double with one out here in the third. Marte's in a little bit of trouble here once again in the bottom half of the third. Let's see how he handles it this time. As we got a 2-2 count. And a ball outside. Makes it a full count. And he's going to lose Torres there, and that's going to put runners at first and second with only one out. And a ground ball to the second baseman, onto the short. Stop and on to first for an ending double play. And we are headed to the fourth. Marte gets out of another jam in the third. As Jerrigan gets a hit there to start off the top of the fourth. In case no one saw it, Jerrigan's first career hit was a home run. The only home run he's hit so far in his career, but what a home run it was. As Billy Mangels also gets a single off to the right side, and the pizza makers have something brewing here in the top half of the fourth. And Perez is going to ground out to the shortstop, and they are going to turn a double play. 6-4-3. And we are headed, or not headed, but now it's 2 outs with a runner on third. With Greg Landrum looking to break the tie, but he cannot. And he goes down swinging. Oh, they're already taking Marte out? That's a bit surprising, to be honest. I know his stamina is not the greatest, but he got out of 2 jams there in the first 3 innings, but I'm not sure what they're thinking. He didn't even have that many pitches. but
The batter,
especially with
shortstop, Eli.
our bullpen is not a strength, obviously. Not by a long shot. But Bishop Letson has come in and shut him down here in the fourth. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. As we're headed to the fifth. Score still tied at 0. As Balcazar grounds the short. And that is out number 1. Got a little ground out over to second. And that's going to be out number 2. And another ground out over to short. And he can't quite make it in time. That's going to be a very fast top half of the fifth. And the Marlins are coming up here. Williamson looking at strike 2. Just missed. A little bit outside. It's a full count. And a little tapper over to third. Jerrigan makes that throw this time, instead of throwing it into the dugout, for out number 1. And he's gonna hit him there for the Marlins getting a base runner here with 1 out in the bottom half of the fifth. A hard hit ball, but foul. And he's gonna try and steal here, but he fouls it off, so he's gonna have to return back to first. That misses. He's gonna hit a lazy fly ball out to center field. And here comes Kurtz, who had a double his last at bat. And another hard hit ball out into the outfield. It gets down. And that's going to be 2 on with 2 out. And a 2-1 count. And that's on the inside corner for strike 2. Oh, and that ball's going to get down, and it's going to be trouble. And the right fielder throws it in. And they're going to get the second runner, but the first runner is going to score, and that's going to break our tie as we're headed to the 6th inning. Marlins come across with 1 here. As Gonzalez is 4 for 19 to start the year. And he's still looking at a 2-2 count here. Slater DeBron flies out to right center or left center. Here comes Jerrigan. Still looking for that second home run. Very good against lefties. Probably one of the best discovered prospects I've ever found. As he's gonna tap that one through the right side for a 2-out single.
Now batting for the bench warmers, the first baseman, number 10, Billy Mangle.
And Mangels is gonna strike out there. And we are headed to the bottom half of the sixth. Pizzaeaters still scoreless. And a hard hit ball, but it's going to be caught right in front of the wall for out number one. As it looks like Bishop Letson is starting to give up some hard contact here. It's 2 hard hit balls in a row.
Next for the Marlins, the designated hitter, Ronnie.
Looks like he's at the end of his... That's it. There's another fly ball that's caught by the center fielder for out number 2. Wiltis is 1 for 2. It's looking at a 2-1 count here. Make that 2-2. And a hard hit ball, but foul. It's going to be a full count. Runner on first will be moving. And that ball is going to miss. And that's going to be a walk. Make that 2 people on now with 2 outs. And another one gets down over in right field. It looks like that's going to bring home a run. And the Marlins now take a 2-0 lead. And I probably would have took him out a batter or 2 earlier with how much contact he was giving up. But what do I know? I'm just the GM. As we get our first challenge of the game by John Perez. And that call is overturned. So let's make that a 1-2 count. As again, our bullpen is probably the weakest part of the team. As we get a strikeout there. And we're headed to the 7th. Still looking to score here.
For the Marlins, number 51, Andy Pearson.
And Perez gets a hit right there on a full count. And he gets us going here in the top half of the 7th with the single. Landrum is down on strikes there. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. As Balcazar grounds to third, but they can't get him at first. So no double play, as he's going to take off for second. And he does get in there for his fourth stolen base of the season. And a relatively hard hit ball. Just shy of the warning track, though. This is going to be out number 3. As we're headed to the home stretch. It's the bottom of the 7th. And here, Jaron Duran strikes out for out number 1. As Kurtz puts a drive into that one, and that's going to get over the wall for a home run. He is absolutely killing that ball in this one. I believe he's only a triple away from the cycle right now. So he still has a chance to probably get that, potentially, in this one. As we get another challenge to call, and another one that's overturned. As we get a ground ball there by Torres for out number 2.
Ball 4. Up next for the Marlins, the center fielder, number 33, Emmanuel Rodriguez. That's a ball.
So we got a 2-2 count.
That's the ball.
That one misses low. And that one's going to get through. As he's going to stay at second.
Up next for the Marlins, the designated hitter, Ronnie Oliger. Ball 2.
As we got a 2-1 count. And a little chopper foul. It is Oliger. I heard them say it.
Ball 3.
And he gets him down on strikes. As we are headed to the top half of the 8th. Pizza Eaters are down in this one, though. 3-0. See if Arroyo can get something going here. There are not a lot of clippable moments in this one. as he's going to go down on strikes here. And I'm actually surprised there's 19,000 fans at Marlins Park here. It's probably one of the lowest attended stadiums in the world.
No, that's a ball.
As Gonzalez fouls that one off, it's a full count. And he puts a little drive into that one. It's going to get deep out there, but it's going to get caught a few steps in front of the warning track. As Marlins make a pitching change. I was about to say Eduardo, but it's Edgardo. Slater DeBron gets it just inside the line. Is he going to try for two? He is, and he gets in there. The two-out double here in the top half of the eighth. As Jernigan has two singles in this one. It's 4 for 11 in the series. As he looks at a 101 fastball right there. It's a 2-2 count. And a hard hit ball into left center field, and that is gone. Todd Jernigan finally gets himself in the home run column here in his first season. Finally getting his second home run after that opening, or that first at bat home run. And I believe we're still waiting on Mangels to get himself a home run as well. But it's not going to be here. Well, Jernigan gets us back in the game here with a 2-run homer in the top half of the eighth. Let's see if our waiver wire claim here, Zach Maxwell, can keep the score where it's at here in the bottom half of the eighth. The main reason I went after him was obviously his overpowering fastball. Throws it in the upper 90s. Albeit his big problem is he is very wild, which is probably why he was designated for assignment in the first place. As that one reached 102. And we got a full count. He's still trying to put away Eli Whitis, or Wiltis. I'm not sure how you say his last name. But he gets the strikeout there. Taking 10 pitches to do so. It's a 1-2 count. And that is going foul, and he tries to dive, but he can't make the catch. It's a 2-2 count. And another triple-digit fastball for the strikeout. Make that 2 strikeouts. And he gets a ground out there and has a clean bottom half of the 8th. As the Pizza Eaters are coming up here in the top half of the 9th. Trying to come back in this one. Let's see. Is this Edwin Diaz?
Now pitching for the Marlins,
Oh, no, it's not.
Daniel.
Daniel Palencia. I thought that was so, but John Perez here. Are obviously our best player by far. Is hitting 348 to start the season. I think the best thing I did was wait pretty much 3 full years before I brought him up. Instead of letting him start in year 1.
Now batting for the bench warmers, the shortstop, Wes.
As he takes a walk there to get us started here in the top half of the 9th. See if Landrum, who has 2 strikeouts and a lineout in this one, 0 for 7 in the series, only batting 100 for the season. Maybe I should have left him down. Because I'm not afraid to send him back down if I have to. If he doesn't perform, there's no reason to leave him up. As he flies out to right field for out number 1. Balcazar can't keep that one fair. And that is also going to go foul. It's a 1-2 count. And he swings and misses for out number 2. Pizza Eaters are down to their last strike. Oh, a hard hit ball, but just foul. That might have tied the game up right there. As they're down to their last strike. And he fights that one off. Oh, and a ground out to first, and he steps on the bag. And the comeback just wasn't meant to be in this one. Pizza Eaters are still off to a hot start to start the season, though. They're 4-2. Couldn't ask for much better just to start the season, all in all. We still win the series here. As, again, I plan to do... Kurtz was a triple away from the cycle. But I plan on doing at least one game a month for this season, since there's a decent amount of players from my drafts on the rosters now. So, and then obviously we're gonna do so let me fix that real quick. To end off this episode, we'll obviously look at the scouting. So I gotta get rid of you and you. And we need to add you and you. We are good. And let's see what it looks like here on the scouting front. So we should have an extra pick this season. So we get the number 31 for Perez winning Rookie of the Year. Although honestly, I think he had a good shot at winning MVP, but unfortunately he didn't. So now that we're starting to look a little bit better, it's definitely worth looking at some of these higher. Oh my god, is this a generational guy? That really looks like a generational guy. Especially since his speed says 0. Obviously, it's not going to be the low ends. It's most likely going to be the high end. I think that's another generational catcher right there. I'm almost 100% positive. I really don't need another another catcher, but I guess it wouldn't hurt. We'll see if there's anybody else, but that really looks like a generational catcher. It looks exactly like uh, Perez did. This is gonna be crazy too. I've never had this many generational prospects show up in the first 6 years of a draft or of a franchise ever. Let me see who else is on here. I'm not expecting to see another one. I mean, worst case scenario, I take that catcher and I just trade him. Is obviously I got Perez long term. I really need a shortstop. I would love to see a generational pitcher because I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I don't think I've seen one this year at all. So I'm actually hoping I do see one of those. So I actually saw someone else do one of these, and the smart thing to do is to not scout your starting pitchers the first week, but to scout a closing pitcher instead. Someone that you would be interested in taking that's non-ranked, that could potentially be good. That could easily jump up. That way you don't miss out on any of the discovered prospects that you potentially get. And I actually think that's a good idea. No. That one's not going to be. I would actually want to do this one, but. Or is there a reliever? Maybe. A non-ranked reliever would be great. Preferably a 99. Because I definitely need relievers here. But it's best to find one that's non-ranked because they're less likely to get chosen. Still haven't found one that's really good. Yeah, none of those are really worthy if you ask me. That one might be okay. It'd give me probably the best shot at potential and overall. Still got a few minutes here. Yeah, none of these are really like just screaming at me to scout. That one would probably have the highest overall. Actually, this one would probably be the highest overall. I think that one would give me the best chance at a major league reliever right off the bat. So that'll probably be the one I scout here. Because if you don't get them off a non-ranked, they disappear. And you can't draft them. Oh, there's a 24-year-old? Never seen one that old. Interesting. So this guy could also be decent. If he's the top end of this, he would definitely be worth that. I'm actually going to look at... Do I want to look at that one or do I want to look at this one? He has decent K for 9s. His clutch is really low though. Same there, but everything else is pretty even. I think I'm going to go that one. I think that's a good choice on the first one, so... Let's do it. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Now I gotta find him again. That one. Discovery. So that is just what I was seeing. So, again, if that guy turns out to be generational, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I was not expecting to see that many this early in the process here. Can do that. I probably shouldn't have did that because now it's gonna change what I had on there probably. Yeah, they always like to move him to second. I don't understand why they do that. I think it's pretty safe to say he's generational. I'm gonna leave him on there for one more week, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one out too. Because again, I'm curious. I would hope he's the top end of that, and he's not a D potential prospect. But I'm very curious on the other ones. I'll know for sure here in a second. Yeah, so that confirms it. We got another generational catcher. That's pretty much guaranteed to be generational. So I don't know. where they're coming from, but I've never had this many pop up like that before, ever, at any point. Okay, so this one is probably not going to be worth taking, but I still might do it just because I'm hoping he's the top end of that, and I have an extra pick, so, whoops. So now we can change this to, we can switch that to central now. So now we'll have those being able to be scouted now. And, well, now I'm gonna start looking at, obviously, I'm gonna have to take the best player available. It's almost guaranteed to be that guy. So, it actually kinda makes me upset just a little bit, because I would prefer it be a little bit harder to find good players. Actually, I'm gonna do this one, I think. I really need a shortstop, so whether he's there or not, I don't know if he will be, but I want to try and get to. Gotta make sure they didn't put Alton up into the majors here, or wait, because they're both ready, but I don't want to bring up Alton. I think I'm gonna wait until the following season for Alton. So, okay, that one actually, he's not gonna be ready, obviously, right at the beginning, but let's look at right field as well. Oh wow, there's like no one in the middle rounds at all. That's crazy. I've actually never bothered going through the non-ranked ones on these. I probably should start doing that. Um, let's look at this one. And we'll look at one more. That's unfortunate. And then we'll figure out which game to do next for the next episode. I will probably finish him out. I believe I gotta do one more week of this, if I remember correctly. Before the end of this episode, let's see if there's any two-way players in the international. I don't see any. But it looks like that's going to end this episode. We will decide next episode which game we do. It'll probably be on this homestand right here. So, thanks for watching, and